Now let us solve another challenge in this forensic. So whatever I have taught you in this forensic challenge is very much general. You can apply it to all of the domains of challenges. So let us open this tunnel vision. You can get this from the resource section, and you can see the challenge tells us that this is corrupted file, and this happens a lot of time while doing forensic, that the format of the file is not correct or unsupported header size and so on. Now we need to fix this file so that we can solve this challenge. So first of all, let us open the terminal and let us see what type of file this is, because this is the first thing we need to understand what type of file this is. So file, tunnel vision, and you can see there is nothing to look at in this information. Next I can do exif tool in the tunnel vision, and you can see this is the metadata. If you remember, this was the tool that gets the metadata out of the file. So in the metadata we can clearly see the file name obviously, but this is important, which is file type, which is BMP file. This is important. Next you can also go and look for the flag if you have, but here we have nothing obviously. So the most important thing is this is the BMP file, which we cannot obviously get. Even if you look here, you can see Windows BMP image was shown, but we can see no extension was provided whatsoever with this file. So that means this file has no extension that is explicitly given, but we find the metadata, and the metadata tells us that this is BMP file. Now we need to fix this BMP file to solve this challenge. So first of all, let us do strings in this, so that if we can get something out of it. And maybe if we search for the flag, if it is hidden somewhere, we can do something like this. There is nothing. Maybe that goes with the name of CTF. There is nothing. So strings does not work here. Next, if we do file, this is also not zipped file. So that means this should be solved by just changing the header file. So for that, let us go in the low level of the file and let us check what is the problem with this file. So for that, I'll just do Hex Editor. So just open this Hex Editor. There are other tools also to do that, but here I'll just open the Hex Editor over here. Now this is the low level edit that you can do right here, and always remember, so if I little bit zoom it, then you can see this thing over here is called a header, this one. So header, I think header is correct because it is showing us the string that is BMP file, that is correct. We need to find where is the problem with this file, because this is a corrupted file, and we need to find which part of this hex value is incorrect, that is giving us that the file is corrupted. So for that, one thing what you can also do is, let me close this one and let me do something like, let me just put somewhere here. You can also do something like, you can just download some BMP file, but that is not corrupted. You can see this is the BMP file with the same extension, but this is not corrupted. This is the proper file. You can see the image right here. So this is not corrupted. Now let us open this also, this file, the sample file. You can also download it from online. You can just sample another file. You can also download another file, but make sure that it is BMP file, because the file that is corrupted is also BMP. So we need to compare now the corrupted file with the uncorrupted file, and we need to check what is the problem with it. So let us open the Hex Editor, but now the Hex Editor should be opened with this sample. Now you can see right next one to another what is the problem with it. So the header is correct here, 4248, so maybe you can also change the editor, but the header file has no problem. The problem seems like, let me put it right here, write it down. So this part is correct. Now if you go on this part, this is the static one. So here, see here, it is 8A00 and 7C00. So this is the static one. So these things, this content is the static content for the BMP file, but here we can see it is BAD0 and BAD0. So this is incorrect. So let us change that. So let us change this BAD0 and BAD0 to something that is here 8A007C00. Let us change that. So this is our corrupted file. So let us go here. First one was 8A00. So type here 8A00. So this is changed. And second one was 7C00. So let us go in the B, and B should be 7, A should be 7C, D should be 00. So 7C00. So we made it correct. Now let us save this corrupted file. So to save it, you can simply press Ctrl X from the keyboard. You can also see here exit and save. So Ctrl X, just press that and save the file name. Now let us go in our file and let us open that. See here, this was the same file. Let us open it. Now you can see we got the file, but part of it is only corrected. You can see this is not a flag, sorry, message was there. So only part of a file is corrected now. So we can also further correct now again the file. Let us go back. Let us again do the hex editor on the corrupted file. Let us check what is the problem again. So at top we have a corrupted file, and at down we have a correct, that is uncorrupted file. So the first line is now corrected, we corrected it. Now let us go to the second line. So in the second line, if you see here, this part is for the width and the height of the BMP file, this code. So this code is not correct. So you can see 3201 was for the width, so 5503 can be given to it. So let us change that also, 5503. And similarly this is 0100. This is maybe correct. 0100 is correct. Now let us save this again. So press Ctrl X again and just hit enter. Now let us go back to our file, and it is here. Now I think it is corrected. Now you can see we got the flag which is at the top. See here, this was the flag. Now in this way you can just correct the file. So sometime what happens is this header would be not corrected, some height and width would be not aligned, and some static code would be not aligned, or something, maybe different file will be embedded in the single file. So Hex editor can help us to analyze that and solve the corrupted file.